Words hold immense power, but sometimes the more you say, the less effective you become. Today we're diving into law number 4 from the 48 Laws of Power. Always say less than necessary. In a world where everyone is quick to speak, the wise know that restraint is the ultimate form of control. Saying too much can dilute your message, reveal too much about your intentions, or worse, make you appear desperate or insecure. By mastering silence and strategic speech, you create an aura of power, mystery, and influence. The more you talk, the more you risk saying something foolish, revealing unintended information, or giving away leverage. Green emphasizes that by using fewer words, you not only make your statements more potent, but you also give yourself the power to command attention. In a society that often values chatter over substance, those who remain quiet gain a sense of control and intrigue. They're perceived as confident, enigmatic, and wise. One of the most famous examples of the power of saying less comes from the court of King Louis XIV of France. Known as the Sun King, Louis XIV ruled for over 70 years, becoming one of the most powerful monarchs in European history. He was notorious for his economy of words. His ministers and courtiers knew that when they spoke to the king, they had to be concise. Louis often responded with nothing more than a raised eyebrow or a single nod. This habit forced those around him to speak carefully, fearing they would say something wrong or be misunderstood. His silence created a sense of intimidation. It was said that his most feared statement was simply, "I shall see," which left everyone guessing at his true intentions. This practice made him appear calm, decisive, and in control, while others around him, desperate to fill the silence, often exposed themselves, revealing secrets and weaknesses. Louis understood the psychological power of silence. It made him seem like he knew more than he was letting on, giving him the upper hand in any conversation. The key to saying less is understanding that words are like tools. They must be used sparingly and with precision. Think of your words as a finite resource. The more you use them, the less valuable they become. When you speak too much, you become predictable, and predictability is a weakness in any power game. By keeping your speech short, you maintain control of the conversation, making it harder for others to anticipate your next move. Take another example from the business world. The story of Steve Jobs. Jobs was a master of using silence to his advantage. When he was negotiating or conducting interviews, he was known for long pauses and thoughtful silences. This forced the other party to fill the gap, often revealing more than they intended or making concessions to move the conversation forward. His strategic silence conveyed a sense of authority and made others feel they had to prove themselves. By saying less, Jobs controlled the dialogue without uttering a word. Saying less also has a subtle psychological impact. When you are comfortable with silence, it suggests confidence and self-assuredness. It makes people lean in, pay closer attention, and wonder what you're thinking. This curiosity creates an aura of mystery, one of the most effective ways to keep people intrigued and engaged. However, it's not just about speaking less. It's also about saying things that carry weight. This means choosing your words carefully. If every word you use has purpose and power, your audience will hang on to each one. When you limit your speech to what is truly necessary, every word becomes more significant. It's like distilling your message down to its purest form, free of unnecessary detail or filler. Green points out that people often use words as a way to show off their knowledge or impress others, but in doing so, they reveal too much. They try to prove themselves by over-explaining, justifying, or attempting to dominate the conversation. The irony is that in trying to seem important, they end up undermining their own authority. In contrast, those who say less come across as confident, intelligent, and more in control. A brilliant example of this is Winston Churchill, a master of the concise, impactful statement. When he was Prime Minister during World War II, Churchill would often use short, powerful speeches to rally the British people. His words were carefully chosen, each carrying weight, and he rarely wasted breath. In one of his most famous speeches, he simply stated, "We shall never surrender." This phrase, while brief, carried the full weight of his determination and became a symbol of British resilience. Churchill's ability to condense complex ideas into a few well-chosen words gave him a reputation for brilliance and strength. But there is a fine line to walk with this law. Saying less doesn't mean being vague or mysterious to the point of confusion. Your words still need to be clear and convey your message. The goal is to be precise and intentional, not ambiguous. Being too cryptic can lead to misunderstandings, so you must strike a balance between being concise and being clear. One way to practice this is to use the power of the pause. When you're in a conversation, particularly in high-stakes situations, don't feel pressured to respond immediately. Take a moment, consider your words, and then speak. The pause not only gives you time to think, but it also creates anticipation. The silence can be just as impactful as what you say, often making your words land with more force. Green also notes that silence is a powerful tool for gaining information. When you say less, others will often feel uncomfortable with the silence and rush to fill it with their own words. This is when they might reveal more than they intended, giving you insight into their thoughts, plans, or intentions. In a negotiation, silence can be your greatest ally. It unsettles the other party and forces them to make the first move, revealing their position before you show your hand. So how do you apply this in everyday life? Start by becoming more comfortable with silence. Instead of feeling the need to explain yourself, justify your actions, or fill conversational gaps, let silence do the heavy lifting. When speaking, get to the point quickly and don't over-elaborate. Resist the urge to clarify every detail unless it's truly necessary. Speak with purpose and make each word count. Remember that people will judge you by what you say and, just as importantly, by what you don't say. Your silence can be a shield, protecting your thoughts and intentions, while giving you time to observe and analyze the reactions of others. When you master the art of saying less, you project confidence, you command respect, and you become a person of few words. But those few words carry tremendous weight. In conclusion, law number 4 teaches us the strategic advantage of restraint. By speaking less, you give yourself room to maneuver, you keep people guessing, and you project an image of authority and control. The less you say, the harder it is for others to judge you, manipulate you, or use your words against you. So the next time you're in a situation where you feel the urge to explain or defend yourself, remember the power of holding back. Always say less than necessary. Let others over-explain and expose themselves while you sit back, observe, and speak with intention. If you enjoyed this in-depth analysis of law number 4, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to Concise Wisdom, and ring the notification bell to stay updated with more strategies from history's greatest thinkers. Until next time, be wise with your words and remember, the less you say, the more they will listen.